I had planned to stay in Varanasi for only 1 week. Delhi had become too loud, too fast. I needed silence, river air, temple bells, something ancient to calm the present. So I booked a room at Hotel Ganga View. I dropped my bag on the bed and opened the window. The first breath of Varanasi settled into me like a blessing. I thought the river would be the highlight of my trip. I was wrong. I met her on my second evening, near Asighat. The sunset was melting into gold, the water shimmering with the last light of day. I was holding a cup of chai when I noticed her, a young woman standing alone, watching the river with a quiet smile. She had soft eyes, long dark hair loosened by the breeze, and a gentleness that felt like an invitation without a single word spoken. When she caught me looking, she didn't look away. She smiled, and that smile changed everything. We ended up talking. How? I could not explain. She guided me along the steps as the Ganga Aarti began. Flames rose, bells rang. The air vibrated with devotion. Beside me, Aradhya watched with glowing eyes, explaining the meaning behind each ritual. We talked about everything. Her dreams of becoming a singer, her sisters, her childhood memories along the river. I told her about my life in Delhi and my life in Amsterdam. Not too much, just simple truth. She listened closely, as if every word mattered. After the Aarti, we walked to a rooftop cafe overlooking the river. The night breeze brushed her hair across her face, and she laughed as she tucked it back behind her ear. There was the softness in her that made the whole city feel softer too. 2 days later, we met again. She took me to her favorite temple, where she closed her eyes during the bells and seemed to drift into a deeper world. I watched her, wondering how someone could feel both so real and so fantasy-like at the same time. The next day, we went to the cinema near Godawliya. The movie played, but the real story for me was her. The way she sat close, the way her hand brushed mine, the little smile she tried to hide. Small sparks, but sparks that lit something big inside me. My week passed faster than I expected. On the 7th day, my suitcase sat by the door. My train was booked. Everything was ready. But I wasn't. I couldn't imagine waking up the next morning without seeing her. So I extended my stay by 4 more days. When I told her, she lowered her eyes, pretending to look away. But the smile she was hiding revealed everything. "I'm glad," she whispered. Those 4 days were something I still struggle to describe. We ate chaat on the street. We took a boat ride at sunrise, the city glowing in liquid gold. We walked through narrow alleys so old they felt like memories. She even taught me some words in Bhojpuri. We grew close without rushing, without trying, as if the Ganga herself had arranged the entire meeting. On my final night, Aradhya came to my hotel. She entered quietly, carrying a softness with her that made my heart beat slower and faster all at once. Her hair was open, falling in waves over her shoulders. The faint scent of jasmine drifted around her. The room was dim, only a warm lamp lighting her face. She stood near the window, looking at the river. "I will miss this," she said. "I will miss you," I replied. She turned. Something tender in her eyes shifted, something deeper, bolder. I reached out and brushed a strand of hair from her face. She leaned into my touch, closing her eyes for a moment, breathing in softly. My hand slid along her jaw. The warmth of her skin made my own breath tremble. "Sherdil," she whispered, "tonight I don't want to hold anything back." Her words opened a door inside the room. I pulled her gently into my arms. She pressed against me, her head resting on my chest, her breath warm on my neck. The closeness felt charged with a slow burning fire. No rush, just pure natural connection. She looked up, her lips slightly parted. I kissed her, softly at first, then deeper, fuller. Her fingers slid through my hair. Mine traced the lines of her waist. We kissed again and again, unhurried, discovering each other like poetry, unfolding one verse at a time. The room grew warmer. Her breath grew softer. My heartbeat drummed beneath her palms. She guided me to the bed with shy confidence. Her eyes, glowing in the dim light, said everything her lips hadn't said yet. We sat, facing each other. I rested my forehead against hers. "This feels so special," I whispered. "It is," she said. "I've never felt so safe." I kissed the curve of her neck gently, tracing slow paths with my lips, feeling the tiny shivers that traveled through her. She wrapped her arms around me tightly, pulling me closer. Our bodies fit together naturally, like two pieces meant to meet. The night became a dance of warmth, whispers, tender touches, and slow, deep breaths. Intimate, sensual, poetic. No hurry, no fear, only rising closeness. Outside, the Ganga flowed like a blessing. Inside, we moved with quiet passion, with affection that felt sacred. When we finally rested, she lay with her head on my chest, tracing small circles on my skin, whispering, "These days with you healed something inside me." And I held her tightly, knowing she had healed something inside me too. We fell asleep, wrapped in each other, the Ganga River humming softly below us. The next morning, she accompanied me to the station. Neither of us wanted to speak the real goodbye. We talked about small things instead, hiding the heaviness in our hearts. When the train horn sounded, she looked up at me, her eyes shimmering, her lips trembling. "We'll meet again," she said, "soon." I wanted to believe it with every fiber in my body. I stepped onto the train. She watched until the last moment, until the crowd swallowed her silhouette and Varanasi drifted away behind me. Back in Delhi, we texted daily. I held on to her messages, her pictures, her voice notes, and our memories. And then one day, I lost my phone. Her number, everything, gone, just like that. Sometimes I wonder, was it destiny closing a chapter or simply pausing it until the right moment? I still don't know. But I do know that sometimes when I hear temple bells or smell jasmine on a breeze, I think of her. And I feel that what happened in Varanasi was not an accident. Maybe the story isn't over. Maybe fate is simply waiting for the perfect time to bring two souls back together.